Alrighty then, I've noticed some of you have vehemently disagreed with my last video, and that's okay. I don't hold it against you. That's what we're here for, different opinions. And that's that. So, my next target is James O'Brien, you'd be happy to see. Now, he was on LBC Radio this morning. First of all, if you haven't heard of James O'Brien, if you're right-wing, if you're conservative, if you're patriotic, if you're pro-Trump, what else? If you're pro-reform, pro-Tommy Robinson, then this isn't the guy to listen to. He really isn't. Sure, he has his own opinions, and he's allowed them, but he is your typical metropolitan elite, champagne, wine bar activist, socialist, mahusive hypocrite. He really is. And the way he talks to callers as well, I think it's pretty disgusting. So it would be a joy, really, to hear callers who really give him both barrels every now and again. And you can see all these calls on a channel called Rebartic. And this person's been doing this for years. He's not a big fan of O'Brien, but there we go. So, James O'Brien, the resident woke chump on LBC, which is infested with left-wing bigotry. It's completely unlistenable now. Even Ian Dale, the guy who reckons he's a conservative, is the heck. Now, as I said earlier, James O'Brien was on his show this morning and he claimed that putting illegal migrants into detention centres is the equivalent to Nazi concentration camps. He says, we've reached the concentration camp stage. Who's going to tell him? He's not stupid, is he? He knows. The illegal migrants arriving in this country, they live a life of luxury compared to the Jews in the Nazi concentration camps. I mean, you can hardly call any of our detention centres or compare them to Auschwitz or anywhere like that, can you? We're not putting them into ovens, we're not gassing them to death, we're not starving them to death, we're not working them to death. They don't have to work, they get benefits for doing sod all. They live a far better life than our British homeless, put it that way. I suspect this guy, I mean, he's privately educated, he likes to mention that a lot, but he knows his history, he knows this isn't true, so why is he saying it? I'll tell you why, it's to whip up the lefties, people like Antifa, Momentum. He will bang on about right-wingers spreading misinformation. This is the guy who used his radio show, his massive platform. He's got over 1 million followers on X, and he gave that platform to a guy called Cal Beach. Cal Beach was a fantasist who claimed that prominent people sexually abused him as a kid and people's lives were ruined. Field Marshal the Lord Bramall, for example, his wife went to her grave not knowing whether he was innocent or not. Of course, he was innocent. So yeah, James O'Brien helped push that fantasist, that dangerous liar's narrative on LBC. So how this guy can sit there and bleat on and virtue signal is beyond me. It really is. And now comparing the illegal migrants' plight, if you can call it that, it's their choice to come here after all, to that of the Jews who really suffered during World War II. It's unconscionable. But that's where we are now with the lefties, the woke left. If you're non-Caucasian, then you're automatically a victim, aren't you? And once upon a time, I really liked listening to him because he gave both sides, all sides, both barrels. But now he's creeped to the far left. He sits there in a studio wearing a huge scarf, mocking callers who disagree with him, and just being an all-round snob. They really are a parody of themselves, these people, and James O'Brien is no exception. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you at the next video. Roger Trout.